So here's another installment of kind of using our CAGED chords in order to use our chords as numbers. This time our root notes can be found on the 5th string. Alright, now this time we're going to be using the key of C as kind of our basis. So we do have to memorize the key of C, but once we kind of get that down, and once we get them down as CAGED shapes, then we can move them all over the fretboard and easily find in any key our 1 chord, our 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, and 6 chord. So our key of C is my 1 chord is a C, my 2 chord is a D minor, my 3 chord is an E minor, my 4 chord is an F, my 5 chord is a G, and my 6 chord is an A minor. Alright, I'm going to skip the 7 chord, but now when I move them into CAGED shapes, they're going to be the exact same shapes in the exact same order. So I'm first going to go through it in the key of D. So here is my D note, which is the 5th string, 5th fret, and put my pinky on it. There is where I'm going to kind of anchor my C shape. Now, here's my C shape, which is my 1, my D minor shape, which is my 2, my E minor shape, which is my 4. Now my F is actually an E shape, but if we notice, I have my first finger kind of anchored right here, 3 frets below it, for these 3 chords, my 1 chord, my 2 chord, 1 chord is a C, 2 chords is a D minor, my 3 chords is an E minor. For the F, I actually have to move my first finger up 1 fret from kind of where it's anchored the rest of the time. Now for my 5 chord, the G, my first finger goes right back to where it was. My 6th chord, first finger is right where it was again for that A minor shape, and back to the 1. So I have my 1, my 2, my 3, my 4, my 5, my 6, and then my 1 again. Or my C shape, D minor shape, E minor shape, F shape, G, A minor, and then C back for my 1. Now, like I said, what's neat about this is that this can help us learn the chords as numbers, or at least play the chords as numbers immediately without having to run scales or anything else like that, by just kind of moving our root note. So now if I were to go to the key of C, or key of E, I'd go up here 2 frets, and all of a sudden, I can play my 1 chord, my 2 chord, my 3 chord, my 4 chord, my 5 chord, my 6 chord, and then my 1 chord again. Now I think the best way to practice this is just to kind of jumble up the numbers in any order. You can write down any order, 1, 2, 5, 4, 3, anything that you want, and just kind of get used to running them. One way that I like to do that is just by going 1, 3, skipping a number and then going back. So 1 chord, then 3 chord, then 2, then 4 chord, then 3 chord, then 5 chord, then 4 chord, then 6 chord, then 5 chord, and then 1 chord. Alright, so now what's its application? If you ever hear like a 1, 5, 6, 4 in the key of D, well, what I do is I put my pinky on that D, and I play my 1, 5, then 6, and then 4. Now when you're just getting used to it, I would definitely recommend kind of counting your way up to the chord. So if I were to hear a 1, 5, 6, 4 in the key of D, I'd go to my D, put my pinky on the D, play my C shape, I know that's my 1. Then what I do is I'd count up to my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You almost want to treat that chord almost as like an exercise. So there's my 1, there's my 5. Now where's my 6th chord at? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, here's my 6th chord. It's that A minor shape. So 1, 5, 6. And where's my 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is. 1, 5, 6, 4. I could play that a few times. Kind of get used to what that feels like, what that sounds like, and then if I need to play it in, let's just say the key of E again, I move my pinky up to E, and all of a sudden, 1, 5, 6, 4. Now here, let's just go through one more example. How about a 1, 6, 2, 5? All right, that's a common chord progression. Let's see. If I'm in the key of D, put my pinky on there, I go 1. Where's my 6th chord? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, then 6. How about my 2 chord? 1, 2, 1, 6, 5 chord at? Let's count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or C shape, D minor, E minor, F, and then there's my G chord as my 5, my G shape as my 5 chord. 1, 6, 2, 5. Same thing in the key of E, and basically any fret. All right. So kind of a neat way to kind of work on these things. The great thing is that they can, like I said, we can treat them as almost like a chord exercise or like a finger exercise at first. But once you start playing the same chord progression in the same key a bunch, well then all of a sudden it's going to be I'm going to start getting used to. Well, my 1 chord in the key of D is a D chord. And my 5 chord is actually an A, is the actual chord that I'm playing. But it's kind of a neat way to kind of use our CAGED chords and learn some music theory all at the same time.